Hi everyone, this is Maggie again and welcome to my channel Semper Astra. In today's video I will be talking about solutions that may allow us to be more prepared for the day when we have to retire our guide dogs, and also I will talk about whether it is possible to be well prepared for that difficult moment. This video is inspired by my current situation because yesterday me and my guide dog specialist decided that we have to retire my guide dog Bob because of his old age and because of his health issues. It is the second time I am in this situation because in 2011 my guide dog Ingmar, that was my first guide dog, retired. This situation was totally different because Ingmar was only 8 and I was hoping that he will work with me at least for another year. And although he had some health problems, I wasn't expecting that he will retire so soon. But one morning when I was ready to go to work, Ingmar just started to avoid me and the harness, and that was clear that he doesn't want to be working anymore. So when I called guide dog school and asked them for an advice, they said that we have to of course respect Ingmar's choice, and if he is not coming to the harness, that means that he's unable to do this work anymore. At this point I want to mention that guide dogs retire for many different reasons at different ages. Some guide dogs retire because of ill age, some guide dogs have to retire because of accident, and sometimes also the quality of guide dogs' work can drop so much that it is no longer safe for the blind person to work with the guide dog. And I also want to mention that although this time I'm more prepared for Bob to retire because I participated in this decision, I know that it will happen in a few weeks, probably in a couple of weeks, when I will have to say goodbye to Bob and no longer work with him. It is still difficult, and this is why I wanted to share some solutions that make it easier for me, and they may also make it easier for you as well. So the first thing that is really important is to always have a cane that you can rely on, the cane that it's technically okay, appropriate for your height, and that you will be just pick up and go with it and you just use it. The second important thing is to make sure that throughout of whole life, I mean working life of your guide dog, you keep your cane skills up to scratch and at high level. So if it comes to that day that you have to start using your cane again, you can feel confident to do it and you're able to swap over to using cane. The third thing which is really important is to make sure that you think about your guide dog's retirement in advance and that you find somebody who can look after your dog and who can adopt him if you cannot adopt him. If you can keep your guide dog, not if you cannot adopt him, if you can keep him. If you can keep your guide dog, that is excellent, but not everybody is in this position. So it is very important to make sure that you find a person who is responsible, friendly, who will enable you to see your guide dog whenever you would like to see them, and that will look well after your guide dog, that will make sure that they are that they are having a good life, that their medical needs are met, and that they are being loved and basically well looked after in their old age. The next thing is, this is a fourth thing I believe, is to make sure that you know what your guide dog contract says and whether you will be the one who will cover the cost of the maintenance, people who will look after the dog, or whether that will be guide dog school at least to some extent. Now I will move on to the next part, which is far more difficult, and this is emotional side of things. And to be fair, from my experience, it is not possible to be well prepared for that. And it is for many reasons. First of all, when you work with the guide dog, it becomes kind of part of you. Not only part of your life, but I would say literally part of your body to some extent. So first of all, I always follow Bob. He's kind of like extension of my hand. He helps me to keep the right direction. He helps me to avoid obstacles. He helps me to stop at curbs, stop at obstacles that are difficult to avoid, and we wait till he works out how to avoid them. But he also gives me information about other aspects of life. I always know when somebody who we know approaches us, because Bob gets excited when he likes somebody. I always know when somebody who we don't know is at the door. I always know when the friend is at the door. I always know when we have a cat or a fox in front of us, because Bob hates them, and you can feel the tension in his body is different. I always know that something unusual is happening because I can feel his hesitation. And it's just his presence, his constant presence there, even his breathing always there. You know what I mean? He's like part of my surroundings. And life without Bob will be very empty now, and it will be very hard to adjust to this kind of emptiness. Even when I am falling asleep and he's sleeping in his bed in my room, I like listening to him breathing, and it helps to kind of feel safe. That will be really, really hard, and it will take probably many weeks to get used to him not being there. And also on the technical side of things, it is much harder, at least for me, to walk with the cane. It requires more concentration, more engagement from me. I have to be, don't get me wrong, like, of course it is important to be very careful and to be very concentrated when you walk with the dog, but it's different level of concentration. So I will have to get used to working harder, at least, during this period of time when I'm waiting for a new guide dog. And another thing that I wanted to mention is something that I will call interaction with the public. I am sorry if it is not the right, if I am not explaining myself well, but when I have a guide dog, I kind of have more private space around me. Kind of people don't just approach me and then they don't grab me, and they never start to pull me some direction. I know that people try to be helpful, but sometimes when you don't see what is going on and somebody just comes and grabs your hand and they want to help you, but it's still very scary. When I have a guide dog, this hardly ever happens, so I feel that I have more privacy, more private space when I have a dog. And also 99% of the interactions that we have from the public is all very positive. It's all about admiring the dog, saying how cute it is and how hardworking he is, how smart he is. So it makes all interactions very positive and friendly, and it kind of is an icebreaker, and it helps to make friends, meet new people. So this is another important aspect that actually, sadly, without a dog I will lose, at least for a while. But I just want to finish this video on a positive note, and I want to say that although it is extremely hard to say goodbye to your guide dog when he retires, please don't be discouraged by this. And if you think that having a guide dog may be a good solution for you, apply for a guide dog in your local guide dog school and try it for yourself. And I hope that this will work well for you if it's a good solution for you. And I would like to encourage everybody who is just maybe scared or hesitant to try and to kind of know for yourself whether that would work for you or not. And thank you for watching this video today. Just for those people who don't follow my other social media, I am sitting on the beach because I recently moved to the seaside town, so I'm not on a holiday, by the way. So stay well and see you in my next video. Bye bye.